Hi, Daniel. So I'm using my husband's computer now because my audio is so terrible on mine. Anyway, so I just have his contact tracker pulled up so I can show you real quick. So, he has not done this yet, but in the mass contacts, what I do is say something like, sent weekly email. Um, because you sent that to everyone instead of like typing right here, sent weekly email, sent weekly email, sent weekly email. That doesn't really make sense. And then you can put your number of how many you sent. So like over here, it tells you how many kids you have in your course, which is kind of nice. So then you just type, okay, I sent 24 weekly emails right there. And instead of typing it all down here and like putting a one for every one of these things, that's just clogs up your contact tracker. So um, this notes column is where you put things that you need to know all quarter. So the notes state like this is not for a particular week, it's just in general. So for example, he put that he backfilled the students' grades. That's just something you'd want to know like for the whole quarter. And then week by week, you can fill in things that happen. So he said student sent a hi message in inbox. I don't know. So some student messaged him to say hi, and then you can put what that was. So he recorded that as online, and it was a two-way. And it looks like they had two messages back and forth. Sometimes what I do on my contact tracker, I don't know if my husband does this or not, but if you have like multiple things, so say like I emailed this kid and I sent an IM, but then I finally connected with them through, say, text, then sometimes I will highlight um, the form of contact that I actually that was successful. So like I contacted in all these ways, but the one that was successful was this one. So I do that on my tracker. You certainly don't have to, but if you want to keep track of like what was the best way to contact that kid, that's one way you can do that. Better take these out of there. I'm trying to think what else to show you on here. So yeah, in this column is just where you put like the thing, whatever it is that happened. And then here's where you document what type of communication it was. And make sure you fill in the two-way. If you had a two-way, that way you know that you did communicate with that kid. Because sometimes like I'll say sent messages about grades or whatever, but then they never responded. So it wasn't a two-way, and that's important to know. And then as you go through the quarter, you can hide these columns from week one. So then when you get to your contact tracker, you're just looking at like week two. The other thing that's cool about the contact trackers is they have them filled in pretty well. So like at the top week one, it says welcome message / failed previous term. So it tells you like what you should be focusing on that week for contacting, like which interventions or what you're supposed to be doing. So like welcome message, you called all your advisory students, but also you probably sent a like a welcome email or like your first welcome. And then you can start working on failed previous term, but you don't have to do that this week. And then you can see week two, failed previous term is going to be the intervention. So that's what you're focusing on. So it's just kind of nice. Week three, there's no intervention. So if you ever wonder like what interventions are coming up, week four, there isn't one. Week five, we do this 20 to 49% progress intervention. Anyway, it's pretty organized once you get used to using it. I remember at the beginning, I was so overwhelmed by the contact tracker. It seemed really crazy, but you'll find it's a good tool. And yeah, anyway, so let me know if you have any other questions about that.